Alrighty, so for this week of my day trading journey, I kind of was approaching the rebuild date for my 50k Eval from MyFundedFutures, because over the past few weeks, I've been more focused on trying to improve my own mental game by sticking to my own rules more, which has kind of led to a break-even performance for my PL on this account. But since I don't really want to pay for that rebuild fee of like 97 bucks if I don't have to, I decided to size up even more this week in hopes of passing before June 19th, aka my rebuild date. And even though I wanted to pass, I was still trying to stick to my rules, but as I got closer to that date, it got messy. Okay, so to kick off this week, today I did kind of forget to roll over those future contracts, so the numbers might be slightly different at first, but that still doesn't change the fact that I was still bullish and mainly looking for a break and retest of these 850s first to target the 950s or higher. In your market open, we did get a break of that level and this nice wick down, which almost made me enter along. I did however want to wait a bit more, as this was just the first minute of this 5-minute candle and only like 6 minutes after open. But yeah, we ended up just getting a decent pop up. With that, I didn't want to chase in with a trash entry, as I did size up this week, so I waited a bit more for another chance, which had I been paying attention was when this candle flipped green. I could have gone in long, but when I initially saw this fat red candle, I thought maybe we ain't gonna go up, so I went to go brush my teeth, and yeah, we ended up popping right back up and just pumping all the way up to the 950s like I initially wanted. With that, I was pissed for missing the entry, and instead of blowing up, I tried to calm myself, so I distracted myself by rolling over my contracts here, meaning yeah, the numbers and key levels will be slightly higher now. And with price pushing higher, my bad habit of going against the trend was starting to fiend for that short, but I was like, no, stop it. Don't do it. So yeah, instead I waited a bit longer, and when I saw this fat red candle spike price down after a failed push higher, I jumped in a short anyways, which was a little better than my previous attempts at reversals, because this time I did have the 1 minute moving average on my side. However, we did just stall for a bit, which was making me really uneasy, and I just wanted to get out near break even. But stalling here favored more of a break lower below the 5 minute moving average, which is what I'm looking for. So I sucked it up and held out for a little longer, where we did get that push down, so I moved my stop loss to break even and chilled. And we did get some push lowers, but that just kept getting bought up to eventually hit my trailing stop loss up here for a smaller profit than I wanted, considering I held this for like 40 minutes. With that though, I did just stop here for the day to take home a small bag of 245 bucks. Today is the second to last day till my rebuild date, so low-key, I just gotta start pumping out some trades. So to get a little cushion for the morning session, I did take a tiny trade overnight, which was a little short here to the lows to cash in on 695 bucks. With that, I did just wait till morning, where price was still sitting in this range. Seeing that I was leaning bearish slightly, but I did want to wait and see how price would react at the highs or lows first. And damn, market open was crazy, as price just shot up to the highs and then back down, which was then just bought right back up. With that, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just chill for a bit and wait for price to show me some structure first, which it eventually did, with price looking to break higher, but that just got slapped down. So I did try a short here, wanting price to continue lower after breaking through this 5 minute moving average. However, price shot right back up to stop me out for a loss there. Then a bit later, price did get this flat slap down again at the highs, so I might have just jumped back in a short, wanting to catch the move lower again. This was extremely risky for me though, as it didn't fit any of my setups, so I did go break even as fast as possible, but price did drop my way, so things were looking good until I got a little greedy and decided to move my target lower, aiming for a break of this level instead, which usually would be fine as long as I trailed with my stop loss, but I didn't, and yeah, I paid for that as price just bounced straight up after stalling for a bit. Luckily, that push up did get slapped right back down. However, that wasn't the end of it, as the next candle came right back up to stop me out at break even. Seeing how price was stubbornly staying in this tight range, I just stopped trading here to take home a profit of 400 bucks thanks to that trade last night. So today is the last day on the account, and I gotta make up a bunch of ground to pass. Realistically, yesterday I should have aimed for either more profit or a $1,200 loss, but I wasn't executing trades like I wanted, so I decided just to call it early. That means the goal for today is to make over 2k in profit to pass this eval before I hit that daily loss sum of 1,200 and get locked out, which usually would be impossible for me, but I am sized up with minis, and today had FMOC, so if I hadn't passed before FMOC, I was fully prepared to full port it then. And I kind of forgot to mention that low-key, I might have canceled my subscription for this account when MFFU had that hacking scare earlier. This does mean if I don't pass, I won't get rebuild, but this account will be closed, I think, so I'll have to buy another eval later anyways. Now, to start off the day, I was leaning more bearish, looking for price to break lower, but you know, with news later today, it might be a bit of a boring range morning. Knowing that, I kind of want to make some profits pre-market to help build more of a cushion, because starting in the green does put me more at ease. And you know, I did something similar yesterday too with that overnight trade, so I just gotta do the same thing, right? Knowing I wanted to trade pre-market, I did wake up at like 4 a.m. and tried some trades, but nope, I just got cooked and took an L this time. And instead of just accepting that and waiting for my normal trading hours, I crashed out and reverted back to my old self of spamming those buttons left and right to make my chart look like this, which yeah, led to me hitting that 1,200 daily loss limit before market even opened. So because of that, I lost my chance to even attempt to trade my way to a pass today, and also lost my chance of full porting during an FMOC. Alrighty, so to end off this week, I did take yesterday off because it was a little holiday, and then for today, I needed a new account to trade on, so I did get myself a little 50k starter plus account for MyFundedFutures this time because there is a promo going on where if I do end up passing, I can get another eval for free. So I decided to try this account out as it was only like 30 bucks more than the normal starter account I usually get. And to start off on this account, I am going a little bit more aggressive with these evals now by using 5 micros instead of 3 to start off with. So hopefully that'll help me pass a little bit faster as I am improving with my trades. But besides that, for today, I did wake up and was feeling a bit more bullish, looking for price to break up higher after bouncing up hella overnight. And off market open price did just shoot straight up to this level, but that did get quickly rejected. So I wasn't looking to get in long unless we broke and held above this level first. And yeah, good thing I waited because price did just keep falling and eventually did break below my 5-minute moving average here, which was signaling to me more of a bearish move now. And honestly, there was a sign to enter a short with price failing to bounce back up above the 5-minute moving average, which I could have just taken a short on, but I was still holding on to that bullish mindset and wanted to wait a bit more for like a decent fake move to the upside first to further confirm my entry. To sum it up though, I hesitated here because I was scared to take the short, and then by the time I made up my mind, price was all the way down here already. So yeah, I missed a good short opportunity and just had to watch as price kept plummeting all morning, which technically I probably could have gotten a good 50 to 100 points if I had entered, knowing that I was fiending for another short. So I was trying my best to wait for a setup at least, but I knew if I sat here any longer, I would either A, take a stab long trying to catch a reversal, or B, FOMO into a short with a trash entry, which both would lead to me probably losing money on. So instead of letting my emotions force a trade, I did just close the charts to save my new account from doing something stupid. Okay, so let's speedrun this week's summary real quick because it is a little confusing. First, did I pass my eval? Nope. Did I get rebuild though? Also no. Am I going to a demo account then? Nah, instead I did just buy a new eval. And the reason for not going to demo is because I do get some of that YouTube ad revenue, which does cover these eval costs. Because in total, I've spent $1,389.16 on prop firms now. And in total from YouTube, I've currently made about 1,720 bucks and 49 cents. So like 400 bucks extra. But if you were here before I was on prop firms, I did blow through a 2K account when I first started, so I'm still in the hole. Besides that though, thank you all for watching these videos and funding my addiction, because without you I would be down bad even more, man. Now since I am exposing my YouTube secrets, I might as well reveal a little plot twist from this week too, because remember that eval I thought I canceled? Well, I guess it wasn't actually canceled yet. Like, I didn't get rebuild for it, but yeah, as you can tell, I just ended up blowing it anyways during that holiday for shits and giggles. So yeah, the ending on this eval doesn't look the best, as I did just revert back to my old self. But honestly, even though the ending was bad, this account did still help me improve overall, so I'm gonna take that as a dub for now. And going forward on my next eval, I am trading it more aggressively, so hopefully that doesn't cause my mental to be worse because of that. But I guess we'll have to find out how that goes next week. And finally, to leave off this week's recap, I am here to announce that I have started to look into creating a Discord server, which will probably drop at 10k subs. I don't really use Discord that much, so I've been putting it off, but seeing how a lot of people want one, it's time for me to stop being lazy and look into that. So yeah, that's all. Bye bye.